Welcome to the Erie Civic Center in Erie, Pennsylvania for the 1996 Flagship Open. Hometown favorite and fifth-seeded Bob Learn Jr. is going for the title, but he'll first have to meet one of the greats, Johnny Petraglia, in the opening match here on ESPN Classic.
5 finalists from a field of 157, and now Bobby Learn, the hometown Babe Ruth, gets the cheers. He will shoot first. 2-time titleist, 15 years PBA. Family here in its entirety just cheering him on, and that's some relief, isn't it, Bo, to strike first ball?
You bet, Chris. And here's a guy who's probably never been an underdog in his life in a championship match, and I see him as the underdog today, the great Johnny Petraglia.
Look at that smooth left-handed delivery. 1 of 3 lefties in the field at 5. Goodness, goodness. 14 titles. Triple Crown winner, 1 of 4. And next week, of course, it'll be the Johnny Petraglia Open at Rutgers, another arena bowling site. So the double puts the pressure on right now.
Well, you remember the last time John was on 2 years ago, he bowled a perfect game in his opening game. So obviously he hasn't forgotten that as he puts a little pressure on Bob Learn Jr. Second frame.
We're all even after 2 frames in the first match.
One thing to watch about Bobby Learn is when he is on balance, Chris, he's just devastating with that strike ball. When he hits the line solid and can keep that body on balance, he's as tough as they come.
Bob Learn Jr. from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Petraglia, the experienced player, won his first title in Fort Smith, Arkansas in the late 60s. If he happened to win today, he'd be one of the very few players to win in 4 decades, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
3 in a row, and thank you very much, says John. John, who defeated Bob Learn during match play. In match play, Johnny had 16 wins, 8 losses. Bob Learn 12, 11, and 1. But Bob made some comeback last night.
Oh, yeah. Learn was inspired. The fans, as they are behind him today, really inspired him last night. So far, everybody perfect. The 5 finalists have bowled a career number 155 perfect games, our finalists today.
Still perfect in Erie, Pennsylvania. And their hometown favorite, Bob Learn. Four frames for each bowler. Total of 8 strikes, Nelson.
Well, we have ideal lane conditions and the greatest players in the world, Chris. It's a stellar field today featuring, obviously, Learn and Petraglia in the first match. And neither one of them has given way. Petraglia with the experience. You've seen Learn through 6 rounds, 42 games. He averaged 257 in the first game of each one of those rounds. So this is his first game. This is the game he's very tough in.
Now they're beginning to stand even after 5 frames by Bob Learn. All strikes.
Well, his opponent was involved in the Ted offensive, so I don't think anything is feared by Johnny Petraglia. John starts with 4 in a row, Learn with 5. Well, John erased that 10-pin deficit right there as he evens up the match, Chris.
49-year-old Johnny Petraglia, 33-year-old Bob Learn. This is one of the historic matches, Bo. We've done a lot of them.
Well, it's who breaks first, Chris. I mean, obviously Petraglia's proven his mettle over the years. Learn ranks 7th in the world today and is the leader in perfect games. And I see the line Petraglia's playing. He's playing a little bit different than Learn. John will start here, drift a little bit into this area, and you'll see his ball swing out around the first arrow, where Learn is playing more around the center.
John is halfway there. Johnny Petraglia. And now here's Bob Learn. Head-to-head perfection through 6 frames. Both Bob Learn, at whom you're looking, and Johnny Petraglia.
Bobby Learn leaves nothing in the bag. He never throws what we call a weak sister down there. Big wrist action, big turn. Both players perfect through 6.
At the last moment. 7, 5 to go. Let's replay that.
3rd pin on the left part of your screen. The 2-pin goes to the sideboard, kicks the 4. The 4 delayed, tilts in, just tips the 9-pin out. The first real great break of the match goes to Bob Learn Jr. He's perfect through 7. Can Petraglia continue to keep up with Learn?
The 6th pin into Johnny's string.
You see the great break Learn got tripping out the 4. Now Petraglia has the same type of hit from left hand. A 3-pin goes to the sideboard, zips around the 6, doesn't catch the 6. John's stuck with an easy spare, but he falls behind in the match.
Johnny Petraglia. What a tournament is starting there practically right now.
The Johnny Petraglia Open next week on ABC. John with 3,500 amateurs in the Pro-Am, which will be starting today, going through Sunday and Monday. Qualifying starts Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
And the disabled veterans, wheelchair bowlers, team play with the pros.
Good action.
Well, it's people like Johnny that care. And I'll bet our buddy will be there, won't he?
Yeah, L-U-Tech?
You bet.
You bet. All right, Bob Learn, he can't consider this match won by any means. Petraglia is still a potential 279. Learn perfect through 7.
Count them, 8. 4 more. What pressure, though.
$100,000 bonus, Chris, if he can run off 4 more strikes.
And your hometown fans.
What a thrill. Let's see what happens.
Stacey, sitting in that front row, is out of her chair. Could have done the high jump on that one. Bob's wife is alongside Brittany. There she is in the black dress. And there's Brandon. Whew.
Don't count Petraglia out. He knows what he has to do. He has to keep striking, because if Learn doesn't strike in the 10th, Petraglia win this game still. Best ball of the day by John right there.
In the 9th. Only the 6th pin in the 7th frame. John taking his time now.
John, potential 279 if he takes it out here in the 10th would force Bob Learn Jr. to strike on the first ball to win the match, despite starting with 9 in a row.
Meticulous John Petraglia. This comes from one of those warm, terrific Eastern families. They always send Easter cards.
A lot of things running through Bob Learn Jr.'s mind. He's thinking still about having to win the game. The next goal in front of him would be a perfect game. Let's see.
I know his mom and dad are proud of his performance here today. It has been just terrific. Except for that 6 pin in the 7th frame. I won't even say except for. This is great stuff, Bo.
Doesn't get any better. Petraglia, potential 279. One more strike would force Learn, who's perfect so far, to strike on the first ball. Here we go.
Oh, the 49-year-older has really applied, turned the screw. 279. His game is over. Gets a standing ovation. Asks him to be seated because he wants Bob Learn to have every opportunity.
Learn must strike on this ball to win the match in regulation.
Now we need only 2 more, ladies and gentlemen. $100,000. Eastway Lanes, $100,000. There is Stacey.
Boy, got a real good break, Chris.
Yes, he did. High hit. Got them all. Now he needs 1 more strike.
This is something that no matter how long you practice, you can't practice for this. The 10th frame for 300 is where you separate the pretenders from the real thing. $100,000 on this ball.
He has just made his 52nd 300 perfect game, but this by far the most valuable. 100,000, ladies and gentlemen. Bob Learn, it's our 10th 300 game on television. The last was by Johnny Petraglia, his opponent, who shot a 279. Woo! To 279, and Brittany gets a hug. Ron Palumbi, and the orange sweater is another Erie, Pennsylvania bowler. 300 to 279. We're going to take a break. Pandemonium here in Erie Civic Center.